The crisis in Victoria's police force came to a head today with the resignation of Chief Commissioner Simon Overland. He decided to go last night during a conversation with the police minister about the impending release of a critical report about his handling of crime statistics. The outgoing police chief says a series of distractions have made it counterproductive for him to continue. State political reporter Francis Bell begins our coverage tonight.
The months of controversy have finally caught up with Victoria's top cop.
Following discussions with the government, I've today tendered my resignation.
Simon Overland quit last night during a phone call from the police minister, but Peter Ryan has refused to say if he jumped or was pushed.
I had the conversation with the Chief Commissioner and I am not going to go into the detail of a confidential discussion with him.
In that discussion, the minister raised his serious concerns about an ombudsman's report released publicly today, which found crime statistics released before last November's election claiming a big reduction in CBD assaults were based on selective, incomplete and yet to be validated data. And the decision to release the crime statistics was the Chief Commissioner's and his alone. There was no finding to support allegations Labor pressured him to release the statistics, but the misleading data was used by the then government to bolster its tough-on-crime credentials.
The Ombudsman's report, as I understand it, has essentially questioned a judgment call I made and said I should have qualified some statistics. It's not the straw that's broken the camel's back as far as I'm concerned.
The terms of Simon Overland's resignation remain a secret. Both the government and the outgoing chief have refused to say whether he will be paid out the remainder of his contract, which still had another 2.5 years to run. It's just one of the unanswered questions about Simon Overland's departure that sent Parliament into uproar.
Of the most unrelenting act of treachery and bastardry ever inflicted upon a Chief Commissioner of Police.
4 Labor MPs were thrown out during question time as the opposition accused the government of making a mockery of its promise to be transparent and accountable.
This campaign to undermine Simon Overland and, by extension, the office of the Chief Commissioner itself has this government's fingerprints all over it.
There is one point of agreement. There's bipartisan support for the government's move to set up an independent crime statistics bureau. Francis Bell, ABC News, Melbourne.